just got a huge box filled with some of the best Yeezy releases of August 2023 and possibly some of the last Yeezys to ever release. Man, this box is heavy. I did like 9 takes of that intro. I couldn't take it anymore. So there are 7 pairs of Yeezys in this box. It's not all of the pairs that are dropping this month, but it's a good amount of them, and honestly, in my opinion, some of the best. Now, I have already reviewed some of the Yeezys that are dropping this month, or have already dropped, like the Yeezy 450 Slide, and if you guys want to check that out, there will be a link at the top of the screen. But in today's video, I'm going to unbox a bunch of 350 V2s, a bunch of slides, colorways that have never released, and a bunch of stuff that I'm really excited about seeing. So I guess with all that being said, let's just dive right into it. Why don't we start things off with a pair of slides? So I'm just going to grab it random. I'm going to be honest, I don't know most of the pairs that are in this box, so I'm just going to grab one pair of slides and see what it is. So here's the first pair. It's obviously a pair of Yeezy slides. It says slide on the top. It's your standard Yeezy slide box. It's that raw cardboard finish with the Yeezy slide made by Adidas on one end of the box. And then of course the size tag. And the official colorway of this particular slide is Slate Marine. Not sure what that means. Slate Marine. Now I'm not gonna lie, I haven't done a lot of research on the Yeezys that are dropping this month. I've just seen those images with like 17 pairs of Yeezys on them. I don't know exactly which pairs I'm getting. I also don't know what all of the individual slides look like, so this is a first for me. Okay, so here it is, the Slate Marine Yeezy slide. This is sort of a grayish blue Yeezy slide, and honestly, it's super clean. So I'm personally a huge fan of the Yeezy slide. It's probably my most worn pair of shoes that I have. I have 2 pairs currently, and I wear them all the time. I have one upstairs, one downstairs. I wear them in the house, outside of the house. Probably should have an indoor pair and an outdoor pair, but I don't. And I feel like even though there was a ton of restocks of Yeezy slides over the last couple years, there was never enough pairs to go around. That's why pairs resold for so much money over retail. I think these guys retail for $70 now. I think back when they first dropped, they retailed for $60, and they always resell for like $100, and in some cases like $300, depending on the size and the colorway. But it seems like these newer releases of the Yeezy slides, because this is the final release of these shoes, they're just releasing the entire stock, so there's hundreds of thousands of pairs available. So in theory, it shouldn't be impossible to grab these shoes, but we'll just have to wait and see how that happens, because I think a lot of different stores are releasing these Yeezy slides. We don't really know how much quantity is at each store. We don't know which store is releasing what and when they're releasing them. I believe there is some sort of release schedule that they have to follow that was sent to them by Adidas, but I'm not 100% sure. I will say the place that I want to be grabbing my Yeezy stuff from is Takeout NY. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's this awesome boutique in New York City. We actually also have Apothecary socks there in store. So if you guys want to grab Apothecary socks and any of these new Yeezy releases, make sure to check out Takeout NY both online and in store. I've made sure to leave a link to their website in the top of the description below. This pair of Yeezys is very, very clean. I really love this sort of like slate blue. It's not really a slate blue. I think there was already a pair of slate blues. It's sort of like a dark grayish blue. That's basically what it is. It's not anything too dissimilar from other Yeezy slides that have released, but it is a very clean colorway. With the Slate Marines out of the way, let's move on to the next pair. And I guess because we just did a pair of Yeezy slides, let's do a pair of 350s. I'm not even gonna read the tag for you guys. It's the same box as every other pair of 350s. You got 350 on the top, Boost on the side. I don't know if this is a 350 Comfort or if it's a V2 Standard. I'm assuming it's just a V2 Standard because it says V2 Standard on the side. Let's pop it open and see what the colorway is. All right, so this is the, shoot. It's a triple white, but it's got the stripe on the side. Bone. This is a super clean colorway of the 350 V2s. The all white colorway always pops. However, it gets dirty incredibly easy. I was about to say incredibly easy, but I felt like that would be dumb. But hey, I'm not above making puns. So from what I can tell, this is just a true one-to-one restock or re-release of the Bone 350 V2s. It doesn't seem like there's anything different. You've got Yeezy and the Adidas sportswear logo on the insole. You've got your standard semi-translucent white midsole. You've got this white primed knit upper with the stripe on the side. It's a very clean release. Now personally, I prefer the pair that's just primed knit. I don't always love the stripe on the side, even though it allows you to show off your Apothecary socks, which again, you can grab at Takeout NY, link in the description below. It's just not as clean in my opinion, because I think the other pair just looks more like a more cohesive shoe. This one's fine. Nothing we haven't seen before though, so not that exciting. Actually, come to think of it, I might have already done a full review on the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Bone. So if you guys want to check that out, there will be a link at the top of the screen. So I think I'm going to alternate between slides and 350s to kind of keep it interesting. So let's just grab another random pair of slides. Here we go. Again, not going to read the tag. Let's just pop it open, see what it is. Is this the same one that we just got? No, it's... What? Wow, so there are 2 pairs of slides releasing either on the same day or close to the same day that are almost the exact same shade. You've got this sort of, what's the official colorway of this shoe? Granite. And they look very, very similar. I mean, I thought that they were exactly the same, but now I see them close together. And they're not exactly the same, but they are very similar. We've got the Granite colorway and the Slate Marine colorway. The Granite colorway looks a lot like a lot of other Yeezy slides that have already released, like the black colorway. Very similar to stuff we've already had. This one, also very similar to the Slate Marine colorway, also similar to pairs we've already had, but I guess less similar because it is more like a bluish color. This is weird. Either way, it doesn't mean it's not a clean pair of shoes. I love the Yeezy slides. They're super comfortable. I wear them all the time. I might actually try and buy as many pairs as I possibly can before they stop making them all together so that I can have pairs just to last me a couple years. Nothing too crazy about it. Sort of a darkish gray color, almost black, and it's just a standard pair of Yeezy slides. It feels just as soft as standard pairs. Let me see if it fits the same really quick. Yeah, they both fit the same as standard Yeezy slides. For me, it's true to size. For you, it might be something different. At least on the newer pairs, I'd say the newer pairs fit much more close to true to size. Some of the older pairs, you kind of have to size up or size down depending on whichever release that you're grabbing. They were very inconsistent with their sizing back when they first started releasing Yeezy slides, but now it seems like they've got it figured out. I actually don't know what the third colorway could be of the slides that are dropping. I have no idea. I hope it's something different. I hope it's like a tan or something, but I'm not sure. All right, on to the next one. We're gonna grab another random pair of 350s. Again, your standard 350 V2 box. I'm not gonna read the tag. I was about to, but I didn't. Okay, I didn't know that they were bringing these back. So these are the static 350 V2s. These were actually the first pair of 350 V2s that I owned with the clear stripe. I think it was also just the first pair of 350 V2s with the clear stripe on the side. I think these first released back in 2017, and now they're re-releasing 6 years later, which is kind of cool. There is a full review on my channel of this shoe if you guys want to check that out. I lived in New York at the time, so you get some cool New York B-roll in the background, but very, very clean pair of 350 V2s. They also made the very first reflective 350 V2 in the static colorway, and it released exclusively on Yeezy Supply, and I think I did grab a pair of those. To be honest, it's the same as the original. As you probably guessed from the name of the shoe, you've got this white and gray sort of static look on the prime knit upper. You've got the semi-translucent stripe on the side, a white pull tab on the back, and your sort of whitish, milky color, semi-translucent midsole. Again, full-length Boost midsole if you guys didn't know that about 350 V2s, which I'm sure you already did at this point. You've got the Adidas and Yeezy branding on the insole. It's interesting to see the branding on the insole of Yeezys change over the years. And let me check the production dates on these actually, see if these are a new release. So these were made September 22, almost a year ago at this point. So these are a newer release, but I'm assuming these were supposed to release at the end of last year. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of stoked that these came back. It's a underrated colorway in my opinion, one that a lot of people don't really think of when they think of 350 V2s, at least not anymore. Actually, while I'm thinking about Yeezys, this is sort of a humble brag, not really a humble brag, just a brag. I was in the Wall Street Journal, they put one quote of mine in a Yeezy article, that was it. But if you guys wanna check out the Wall Street Journal, I'm in there, which is cool. All right, so moving on to the last pair of slides. We got 2 more pairs of 350 V2s. Maybe I should do one of those first. Let's do a pair of 350 V2s first. In this box, we've got another pair of 350 V2s. I'm not sure what the colorway is. I'm not gonna peek. This is the colorway I've never actually had in person before. This is I believe the Granite 350 V2 is a brand new colorway. So this shoe goes back to the sort of original 350 V2 styling with the printed stripe or the knit stripe on the side that says SPLY 350. The colorway is very, very clean. It's sort of a brownish gray color, or almost even like an olive green. I can't really tell exactly in this lighting. It's sort of like a greenish gray, but I like it a lot. Of course, you've got full-length Boost, which makes these very comfortable. And because they don't have the semi-translucent stripe on the side, in my opinion, they're a bit more comfortable because they're a bit softer on the side. Can't really feel the stripe too much. However, with the stripe, you can show off your Apothecary socks, so that is a bonus. I'm not gonna pass up a chance to plug my sock brand Apothecary. We just released, or we are about to release, a brand new no-show socks. We've got 2 different colorways, the black 4-pack and the tonal 4-pack. They're both available this Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time on apothecary.com, and they go great with Yeezys. 1, because you can't see them on foot, and 2, because the tonal colorways match with like every pair of Yeezys. But in all seriousness, these no-show socks are incredible. We literally spent months developing these. I used to work at Vans back when I was like 16 and 17. I wore no-show socks all the time back then, and I hated the way that the heel of the no-show socks always slipped off. I had to kind of reach down into my shoe and pull them up. So we specifically designed these no-shows to not come off the back of your feet while you're wearing them. It's great. You can wear shoes all day. You never have to reach down and pull up the back of the socks. They stick to your heel really, really well, and they're great overall socks. They're super comfortable. They look great. They're very breathable. Definitely recommend picking up a pair of these. We spent a lot of time on these, and I hope you guys enjoy them. But back to the 350s. This Granite colorway, I think out of all of the colorways of 350 V2s we've unboxed so far, is probably my favorite. I think it's very, very clean. I think it's very wearable. If you guys want me to do a full review on this shoe, make sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Probably the most wearable out of the 350s that we've seen so far. So here we go. The last pair of Yeezy slides. Not gonna read the tag. Let's just pop it open. Did I get 2 of the same ones? Slate gray. Yo, hold up. It's different. These are 3 different Yeezy slides. They're all releasing this month. They all have completely different SKUs, but they're all like different versions of gray. It looks like they're in different stages of being left out in the sun. That's insane. What's the name of this one? Granite. So the Granite one and the Slate gray one look almost exactly the same, but they're technically different. I think the Granite one is just ever so slightly darker. I could probably use the same B-roll for both. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Even though we got 3 different pairs of slides that look exactly the same, at least we got 1 pair of slides that's completely different. If you guys want to check out the full review on the shoe, again, link at the top of the screen, but at least we got something different. I know some people don't love it, but at least it's different than literally 3 gray Yeezy slides. I think that they weren't supposed to release at the same time. I think they were probably supposed to be split up by a couple months, I'm sure. But obviously that didn't work out, and now we're getting 3 pairs of Yeezys that look almost exactly the same. Now, if I had to pick my favorite out of these ones, I would probably go with the Slate Marine because it's a little bit different than the other ones. But realistically, they're all very similar. I guess on to the next pair of Yeezys. So this is the final pair of Yeezys. It's a pair of 350 V2s. At least with the 350 V2s, they've been somewhat different. Yeezys that we just either haven't had in a long time or are brand new. So this one could be either. I have no idea which pair this is. Let's pop it open and see what we've got. Oh, this is actually a pair that I don't think is ever released. This is cool. I like this pair a lot. This is the Yeezy Boost 350 V2 MX Gray, I think. It's an MX Gray. This is the Dark Salt MX 350 V2. This is a colorway that I literally have never seen in person. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this looks like a replica pair of Yeezys. It's not at all. But this looks like one of those pairs that they made back in like 2017 when the original 350 V2s came out, or 2016. And they made it just to be like, oh, this is an upcoming pair of 350 V2s, when it absolutely wasn't. That's what this looks like. But man, this is such an odd colorway. I don't dislike it though, I really like it. You've got the full black stripe on the side of the shoe. Pretty different than any other pair of 350 V2s I've ever seen before. It's the MX or mixed pattern used on the upper of the shoes, which we didn't get a lot of because obviously by the time these started to release, that's when Kanye and Adidas split, so I think they stopped producing these. But interesting colorway. You've got a medium gray covering a majority of the upper of the shoe. You've got this very dark gray and these little patches. You've got a lighter gray. It's definitely different for Yeezys. It's darker than I would say most Yeezys. Like usually you get browns or lighter grays. You don't usually get a very dark gray, or you get a black, but you don't usually get this kind of gray. These black hits really make it pop. Like, it's a very interesting pair of Yeezys. So you've got this black or very dark gray 350 V2 midsole that you can't see through, and then of course you've got this infinity lace, which is a little bit different than most of the other pairs of Yeezys that we got today. In fact, all the other pairs of 350s that we got today, they all have standard laces. This one has the infinity lace, which you can't remove, which I actually kind of like because it means that you're not going to have the laces hanging on the side of the shoe, and most people don't tie their Yeezys anyway, so it definitely makes the shoe a little bit more sleek. I'm actually kind of surprised that we never got a laceless 350 V2. Actually, would you guys like to see me do a full review on this pair of 350 V2s? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts on that because I will give you guys a review if you want to see it. But that's pretty much everything. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.